Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Steffy and Liam get closer after Brooke makes a life-changing choice. According to spoilers for the upcoming 3 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, which run from April 21st to May 9th, Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer will become closer. Here are some things viewers may anticipate, including some runway excitement before to Brooke Logan's pivotal decision. There will be some stunning models and photographers taking pictures at the Forrester Creations fashion show, which takes place the week of April 21st to 25th. The industry will undoubtedly take notice of the most recent Forrester design offers. Following the runway debut of some new styles, social media will explode in the best way conceivable. There will also be some VIPs from the fashion show attending, so expect to see Markel Washington, Heidi Montag, and Spencer Pratt. Additionally, the time has come for another crossover with The Young and the Restless, which means that Christine Blair will return to Los Angeles and amuse fans. Erick Forrester will exaggerate how amazing this event is going to be because he enjoys a nice fashion show. Ridge Forrester will concur, but he won't be aware that his ex-partners are occupied with backstage sparring. It appears that Taylor Hayes will storm in on Brooke and unintentionally jam the door, preventing them from leaving, at least until someone eventually notices the disturbance and comes to their aid. Brooke may eventually accuse Taylor of doing this on purpose because it might be too late for her to take part in the fashion show by then. Later, Ridge will most likely discover his old flames fighting and push them to their corners. Since Steffy will be informing Liam of Dr. John Finnegan's announcement, we should also discuss Liam's inoperable brain tumor. Since Liam will find it difficult to comprehend Steffy's updates, he will simply declare that he will live rather than accept this dire conclusion. Liam will hold on to hope even if it doesn't seem possible right now. Liam might urge Finn to investigate some experimental treatments during the week of April 28th to May 2nd. Liam would want to know if there is anything that will enable him continue to live for Beth Spencer and Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paris. Although it's obvious that Finn doesn't believe there is anything that can be done for Liam right now, he will be inspired to maybe investigate further and find a solution. Liam may try to keep his illness a secret from everyone but Finn, Steffy, and his medical staff, but eventually it will come to light. Liam's other child's mother, Hope Logan, is deserving of the truth. Liam might decide to tell Hope the truth if she becomes suspicious and demands explanations. But it appears that the relationship between Steffy and Liam will remain a major theme in this plot. Because of his experience, Liam and Steffy will become closer, so watch to see if any new flames emerge. There will undoubtedly be some May sweeps action during the week of May 5th to 9th, particularly if Luna Nozawa takes drastic measures to snatch Will Spencer away from Electra Forrester. In the upcoming episodes, Brooke will also make a significant decision. It will be significant for Brooke's future when she begins to realize that Ridge might not be her fate after all. Brooke will have several epiphanies in May that pave the way for their reunion because Nick Marone will return by the end of June. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke will have to make some predictions about the future that don't involve Ridge, so keep watching the CBS serial opera. Liam's lethal denial, Taylor's audacious move, and Brooke's lockup. Spoilers for the week of April 21st, 2025, on The Bold and the Beautiful hint that Liam Spencer doesn't think he's dying. Brooke Logan is locked up by Taylor Hayes. In the meanwhile, if Deacon Sharp finds out, Sheila Carter Sharp might lose him. Let's talk about the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Taylor Hayes' audacious step. Fans should anticipate a daring move from Taylor next week. A sneak peek shows Brooke in a changing room. She appears to be preparing to perform at the Forrester Creations fashion show. There are several well-known faces there, like Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. There's also Christine "Cricket" Blair. Cricket and Ridge Forrester listen to Erick Forrester discuss magic and mystery. But Taylor storms inside the dressing room at the end of the video and slams the door. Brooke appears perplexed and unaware of what is happening. The following scene then has Brooke criticizing Taylor for her actions. They seem to lock themselves in that dressing room together. I'm sorry. Liam Spencer's refutation. Liam's brain tumor has come to the attention of Steffy Forrester Finnegan. John Finnegan sent a text message with the news. Steffy will demand more information when he comes home. After processing the facts, Steffy tells her husband, with tears in her eyes, that she must be the one to inform Liam about his impending death. A preview video, however, depicts Liam rejecting the prognosis. Finnegan torn, Steffy Forrester. According to spoilers for the week of April 21st on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy will feel conflicted. Liam has maintained that no one should be aware of his illness. Previously, Steffy had no problem keeping the secret. However, Steffy may find it extremely difficult to keep the news of Liam's death to herself. Hope Logan must be informed, at the very least, because Liam is the father of her daughter, Beth Spencer. Like Kelly, Beth deserves to spend time with Liam before he passes away. The finding of Deacon Sharp. Sheila is lying to her husband and hiding things from him. Deacon offered her the option to choose between him and Luna Nozawa. Sheila quietly obtained an apartment for Luna after deciding to be married. Sheila is also assisting Luna with her scheme. Thus, Sheila's happy ever after may come to an end when Deacon discovers the truth. Steffy's dilemma, Liam rejecting fate, and Taylor's dramatic act. According to spoilers for the week of April 21st, 2025, on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer defies his destiny. A quick and shady move is made against Brooke Logan by Taylor Hayes. Additionally, Deacon Sharp can make a terrible choice as a result of Sheila Carter Sharp's error. Let's talk about the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The drastic act by Taylor Hayes. Fans can anticipate that Taylor will do something extreme the next week. Brooke appears to be back in a dressing room, most likely preparing for the fashion show at Forrester Creations. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt are among the many well-known figures in the crowd. Erick Forrester gushes about a little mystery and magic to Ridge Forrester and Christine Cricket Blair. One teaser video, however, ends with Taylor hurriedly entering Brooke's dressing room and closing the door. Brooke appears to have been caught off guard. Brooke is then near the door, but it appears that they may both be locked inside. The fate of Liam Spencer. John Finnegan provides her with additional information while she is with Steffy Forrester Finnegan. The news of Liam's incurable brain tumor was texted to Steffy by the good doctor. Steffy will want to know everything when Finn gets home. Steffy then maintains that she must inform Liam about his impending death. Steffy does break the news to Liam later. He does not, however, accept the death penalty. Is he simply in denial, or is this his intuition? The moral conundrum of Steffy Forrester Finnegan. According to previews for the week of April 21st on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy will have to make a moral decision. Liam didn't want anyone to know when he woke up in the hospital, especially Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paris. When everyone believed Liam would be alright, it was one thing. Steffy will now have to make some difficult decisions because Liam is dying. Will she let Hope Logan, Liam's child's parent, know? Beth Spencer should naturally be able to connect with her father in the same way that Kelly does. How does Bill Spencer fare? Despite their violent altercation, Bill ought to be aware of his son's situation. Wyatt Spencer, Liam's brother, is also present. Even though Wyatt is no longer on screen, he ought to be acknowledged at the very least. How in the world does Liam think Bridget Forrester and Steffy will conceal the truth? Deacon Sharp's devastating choice. She has been concealing her relationship with Luna Nozawa from Sheila. When Deacon gave his wife a choice, she decided on him. Sheila, however, has gotten Luna a flat close by and is bravely allowing her to hang out at the eatery. Sheila doesn't appear overly alarmed by Deacon's unexpected appearance. Their marriage may be in jeopardy when Deacon finds out that Sheila has been spending so much time with Luna. Next, Brooke sleeps with this hottie. Everyone knows this was inevitable sooner or later, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke sleeps with this hottie next. Naturally, we're referring to Brooke Logan and her affair with Ridge, her intermittent lover, who seems to be the next best thing at Forrester Creations. Or, at any rate, it is what she thinks. There is a lot of conjecture that Brooke will give in to attractive Carter's advances during a vulnerable moment, and before anybody realizes it, they will be busy under the covers. Her plans to reconcile with Ridge will be derailed by this, and her daughter Hope will be extremely distressed. This is due to the fact that Brooke has slept with both her ex and her daughter's boyfriend before, and it is obvious that this will not be the last time. Although no one can truly explain Brooke Logan's actions, it's possible that she's merely attempting to regain her sexiness. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful: what will happen to Brooke Logan next? Since it's obvious that Ridge Forrester doesn't value her as the sex goddess she is, she will look for approval from someone else who just so happens to glance at her at the appropriate moment. If we've learned anything about life in this made-up metropolis of Los Angeles, it's that secrets are never kept for very long. Hope would undoubtedly lose it on her mother once it is revealed that Brooke had an affair with Carer. This is the height of treachery. However, it seems that Brooke is only acting on her feelings. It was a vulnerable moment. I thought she was simply pursuing her feminine spirit. Even so, she ought to have considered that before bringing Carter into the bedroom for a brief playdate. The woman simply isn't able to learn. Naturally, fans will need to tune in every single day to see what happens next. In Los Angeles, an unimaginable event occurred. A terrible medical mystery turned into a voyage that changed people's lives that none could have predicted. Once the self-assured, occasionally unsure heartthrob of the Forrester-Logan Spencer drama, Liam Spencer now faces the cruelest turn of events, a dire prognosis that could end his journey far too soon. However, in the midst of despair, a ray of hope appears, not in the familiar hallways of Los Angeles hospitals or in the reverberating voices of physicians giving one diagnosis after another, but in the murmurs of a prestigious, distant clinic that is only known to a small group of people and is tucked away in a secluded part of the Swiss Alps. And despite the complex web of love that connects her to Finn, Hope, and everyone else, Steffy Forrester, who is passionately protective and still emotionally involved in Liam's destiny, makes the startling choice to accompany him. Steffy and Liam make the decision to move out of Los Angeles together. On a desperate quest for survival, love, and unresolved business, not merely for a vacation or a contemplative sabbatical. Everyone is deeply affected by the decision. Finn, divided between his responsibilities as a doctor and his feelings as Steffy's spouse, struggles with her abrupt decision to support an ex in his hour of greatest need. Hope is caught off guard. One moment she is preparing to help Liam through his therapy, and the next she is left behind, watching as Steffy and Liam board a plane bound for the unknown. Hope's relationship with Liam still simmers behind layers of treachery and sadness. Taylor maintains that their daughter is only acting in the best interests of someone she once loved, while Ridge believes Steffy's feelings for Liam are deeper than she will acknowledge. However, the clinic is more than just hope. There have been reports of miraculous recoveries at this experimental medical facility, but at a tremendous cost, emotional, physical, and even moral. The risks are enormous, the methods contentious, and the operations unauthorized. However, Liam believes the risks are worthwhile because he is afraid of leaving his daughter Kelly fatherless and must deal with the ticking clock of an inoperable brain mass. Steffy and Liam face the ghosts of their past, old scars, unsaid words, love once given up, as the snow-capped mountains rise to meet them. The chemistry that fueled decades of plots and illuminated Malibu sunsets is starting to come back. Even though Steffy is committed to her marriage to Finn, she cannot help but feel pain when she sees Liam so courageous and broken. Liam starts to open out to Steffy in a way he hasn't in years because he is emotionally raw and confronting his own mortality. Wrapped in blankets and recollections of the past, they converse late into the night while they wait for test results and hold on to hope. Finn, meanwhile, spirals back in LA. He goes into a tailspin as he sees the woman he loves leave his life, again, for a man he thought was finally in the past. Particularly when Hope comes to visit him in quest of solace, answers, or perhaps simply another person who is grieving, his rage simmers beneath the surface. There is conflict, blame, and conjecture. Has Steffy fallen in love with Liam once more? Or is it about closure, loyalty, and guilt? Although Carter, Brooke, and even Thomas provide their perspectives, none of them are fully aware of the situation overseas. Furthermore, the situation is significantly more complicated than anyone could have predicted. A treatment plan that might either save Liam's life or hasten his decline is presented to him by the clinic's director, a gifted but withdrawn physician with an enigmatic past. Steffy, who serves as Liam's medical proxy when circumstances change, is also responsible for making the decision. Liam's condition quickly deteriorates at one point. He seizes, he forgets Steffy's name, and for a brief, horrifying moment, everyone believes the trip was pointless. However, in spite of everything, a fresh scan reveals that the tumor's pressure has decreased. The physicians are in disbelief. The therapy may be effective. Through tears of cautious optimism, Steffy contacts Ridge. Everyone clutches their breath back home. These days, relationships, changing alliances, and rekindled love are more important than health alone. Steffy is asked by Liam if she regrets attending. No, she says. Not for a moment. The journey turns into a testing ground, putting both of their hearts and Liam's body to the test. And a storm strikes just when things appear to be improving. Both literally and metaphorically. For days, a blizzard shuts off connection between the clinic's employees and patients. During the blackout, Liam passes out once more. This time, Steffy had to handle emergency procedures by herself while being guided by a doctor over a satellite phone. A lady caught between her past and present, between two great loves, battling to keep one alive, is one of the most emotional scenes in the history of Bold and the Beautiful. Liam lives when the snow melts and the electricity comes back on. However, he awakens with a fresh viewpoint. He tells Steffy, "I was halfway to the other side." Steffy is stunned when she says, "And the only thing I saw was you." Although the medicines have stabilized him, nothing is assured, so the clinic advises a quick return to Los Angeles. Their relationship is stronger than ever as they prepare to leave the remote highlands behind. What does that mean, though? For Hope, for Finn, for all those who are waiting at home with questions and emotions. It will be nothing short of spectacular when they return to Los Angeles. They are photographed by paparazzi at the airport. Both Finn and Hope are present to greet them. Everyone's expressions speak for themselves. Was Liam alive only to fan old flames? Is Steffy ready to discuss what went wrong and what went right in the clinic? Love, loyalty, and second chances are themes that Bold and the Beautiful has always explored, but this plotline ups the ante in a manner that the program has rarely dared to do before. Steffy and Liam may have altered the trajectory of every life they touched by leaving Los Angeles to save a life. The consequences will be severe. People's hearts will shatter. Furthermore, some relationships might never get better. One thing is certain, though, Steffy and Liam's story isn't over yet. It's the start of something remarkable. Will Hope's world be destroyed by Liam Spencer's life-altering recovery and his new priorities? After undergoing brain surgery, Liam Spencer has entirely new objectives. Will he permanently abandon Hope in favor of Kelly and his developing relationship with Steffy? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer has undergone a metamorphosis. Will he be able to regain his heart? The once waffling Spencer heir has undergone a dramatic transformation after a near-death experience. Everything has altered because of Liam Spencer's near-fatal brain illness, even who he turns to during his darkest moments. Liam has been keeping a startling secret from the majority of his family and friends while he recovers from emergency surgery for what was previously believed to be an inoperable growth. Hope Logan has been pointedly excluded from his confidence, which has only been granted to Steffy Forrester and Dr. Finn Finnegan. A father's restored devotion. Liam apparently has a laser-like concentration on being there for his girls after confronting his mortality head-on. He claims that nothing is going to stop him from attending Kelly's father-daughter dance, which demonstrates how drastically his priorities have changed. According to people familiar with the matter, Liam has been thinking a lot about the kind of man and father he wants to be as he recovers. According to an informant who saw a touching moment between the ex-partners, Liam thanked Steffy for giving him another chance to do better. In his hospital room, the two were seen holding hands as Liam expressed his appreciation for the chance to be the father and man his family deserves. Steffy's astonishing assistance. Steffy has supported Liam through this medical crisis despite their complex past. Given that her husband Finn is the attending physician, her unwavering support begs the question of where her true heart is. Steffy, not Hope, was by Liam's side when Dr. Grace Buckingham broke the bad news regarding his condition. The fact that Liam chose to keep Hope in the dark about his condition says a lot about his current priorities. I left Hope in the dark. Hope Logan is totally ignorant of Liam's situation while he deals with this life-altering calamity. Many onlookers have been shocked by the decision to keep his daughter Beth's mother out of this scenario. Liam insisted he wanted to wait until he had good news to give, even after Bridget Forrester found out about his condition and encouraged him to notify his loved ones. Many are curious as to whether Liam's metamorphosis involves ultimately choosing between the two women who have dominated his personal life for years as a result of this selective transparency. The survival fight. At first, doctors thought Liam's illness was deadly, but he hasn't accepted the diagnosis. A medical insider said, Liam rejects the death sentence and plans to fight, raising the possibility that he is looking into unorthodox treatments. The hitherto indecisive Spencer heir has changed yet again with this battling spirit, appearing resolved to take charge of his health and future in a way he has never done before. Will this change go on forever? There has been a mixed response from fans to Liam's apparent metamorphosis. Many people think that this horrific event has truly transformed him, but others are not convinced, citing his past emotional oscillations between Steffy and Hope. When Liam is well enough to leave the hospital, that will be the real test. Will he finally put those hope goggles back on, as some pessimistic onlookers suggest, or will he keep putting his friendship with Kelly and his newfound bond with Steffy first? As the writers of The Bold and the Beautiful use every soap opera trick in the book to protect and elevate Erick Forrester, you've likely been shaking your head lately, wondering how Liam Spencer, the show's emotional core, moral compass, and golden boy, was twisted into a plot that feels more like character assassination than long-form storytelling. Fans have had enough of seeing a favorite character be cast to the wolves while another is whisked away from the fire on a hero's chariot. The show's confused yet charming love lead, Liam Spencer, who alternated between Hope and Steffy in a maddening yet legendary manner, has lost almost all of his agency, emotional nuance, and consistency as a character. He has been reduced from a man who formerly held strong beliefs about love, family, and devotion to a reactionary story device who is tossed between disasters and emotionally manipulated until he either blows up or falls apart, usually both. He was originally the character that gave viewers a sense of the show's energy, but these days he hardly appears in plots that contradict everything he previously stood for. The writers abruptly changed their minds and gave Erick Forrester, the father of the fashion family, a new position of authority, meaning, and even romance after he had been sentenced to death. Fans adore Erick, so it's true that he should have a heartfelt farewell when the time comes. However, the handling of his medical crisis, with dignity, passion, and a deeply moving redemption story, makes the mistreatment of Liam's character all the more startling. Why is Liam treated like discarded ash while Erick is permitted to rise like a phoenix? Let's go back in time. Everything was there in Erick Forrester's alleged last act: family harmony, emotional reflections, artistic foreshadowing, and, in the end, a victory lap that placed him squarely back in the middle of Forrester creations. He was praised. Weeping overcame. He received screen time that highlighted his legacy and the devotion he still commands, as well as decency and compassion. Yes, there was tension, but it had a purpose. Erick's story felt well-earned at every turn. As Liam descends into narrative purgatory, it seems as though the authors were at a loss for what to do with him. He tries to defend Hope one minute, then is ignored while Steffy and Finn enjoy their honeymoon glow. His instincts are disregarded, his love life collapses, and then he is momentarily pulled in to play the hero once more. The most recent setback is a serious, life-threatening medical plotline that feels more like a plot device than a real arc. Liam's possible brain disorder isn't being handled as an opportunity to look back on his path or even make peace with his emotional history, in contrast to Erick's health problem. No, other characters are being thrust into the spotlight with its help. Finn rises to the position of honorable physician. Steffy transforms into the torn angel of mercy. When she does appear, Hope is portrayed as the dramatic ex rather than the love of his life. It is inhumane. It's not cohesive. The worst part is that it's lazy. With Erick, the show's creators have demonstrated their ability to craft complex, emotionally stirring narratives that respect a character's heritage. Since Liam has played an equally important role in the program over the past 10 years, why not do the same for him? Where is his atonement? Where is his opportunity for introspection, reconstruction, or self-reinvention? Why has he turned into Erick's emotional punching bag while he wins? Furthermore, it's not just about the individual storylines, it's also about what these decisions reveal about the objectives of the show. Ridge, Erick, and a heritage of riches and power were all reinstated in the classic Forrester order following Erick's miraculous recovery. In contrast, Liam is a man of integrity stranded in a world of power struggles and deception, the underdog sandwiched between two titans of the modern world. The writers are effectively rejecting the emotional balance Liam formerly contributed to the canvas by removing his honesty. And what intensifies the pain? The hypocrisy. Ridge and Thomas get atonement for their transgressions, including gaslighting, cheating, and manipulating. They are permitted to rebuild and are viewed as complex individuals deserving of affection and guidance. For episodes on end, Liam is cruelly dragged after just one slip-up or error. Is he trying to alert Steffy to Thomas? They call him obsessed. In a moment of weakness, he gives Steffy a kiss? For months, he has been portrayed as a villain. However, Thomas had a redemption arc with lavish lighting and a few monologues after almost ruining Hope's life with the mannequin incident. The disparity is blinding. Passion, legacy, and redemption are at the core of the bold and the beautiful. And the authors can definitely give Liam the same treatment as Erick Forrester, complete with heartfelt musical scores, candlelit hospital bedsides, and eloquent speeches. The supporters are deserving. After years of playing Liam, Scott Clifton deserves material that matches his skill level. His performances range from delicate to fiery. It is unfair to him and the audience who grew up following Liam's journey to watch him deal with bereavement, love, betrayal, parenthood, and now maybe death with such little resolution or advancement. Liam's tale should rekindle the qualities that made him such an engaging lead in the first place, such as his emotional sensitivity, internal turmoil, and unwavering loyalty, much as Erick's most recent plot reminded us why we adore him. Let's also discuss relationships. With Donna, another enduring couple that supporters have embraced, Erick regains his romantic dignity. Liam is held in limbo in the meantime. The writing, not the characters, is to blame for the Steffy/Hope triangle staleness. Evolution does not exist. There isn't a thorough examination of Liam's true desires or the reasons behind his attraction to both women. All three characters are deprived of development by the irritating and regressive romantic inertia. Liam is being denied the chance to rediscover or even define love according to his own standards, while Erick and Donna are portrayed as soulmates who are returning to one another in their later years. The program now has a chance, a window of opportunity, to change this. Use Liam's diagnosis if it is accurate. Allow him to reflect about his life. Either let him get to know Hope better or let go altogether. Allow him to rebuild his relationship with Finn or form a genuine, emotional bond with Kelly. Let him spend time with Bill, his father. Allow him to reinvent himself as a man who is at last finding contentment and meaning, rather than as the man who is unable to choose between two women. Fans of Liam want that to return. That Liam is the one who merits the same narrative fortitude and empathy that Erick is given. Therefore, even while we admire the author's exquisite treatment of Erick Forrester in his prime, it's time they realized that the show's heart isn't solely based on tradition, it's also based on the characters who carried on the tradition in the present day. Liam Spencer cannot be thrown away. He is not a filler. He is more than just a story device to make Hope cry or to make Steffy and Finn appear strong. He deserves the same respect as Erick because he is a major character and a legacy in the making.